So, 2017 and 18 have definitely been years of travel for me, and one of the most frequent questions is always how to make travel more affordable and which places are, relatively speaking, the cheapest. While there's always a way to even travel the most expensive destination on a budget, there are some places where you can get insane value for a fraction of the price. So this is my top 7 most affordable travel destinations. What is up? So you know that I love to travel, but one of the main struggles can be the finances. So today I decided to put together for you my top list of the cheapest countries that I've ever traveled to. And in those types of places you're gonna be spending the same amount of money for 1 month of travel as you would be spending in cities like Singapore, New York City, the places that I enjoyed the most and definitely did not break the bank. Let's get into it. At number 7, we have Greece, and specifically speaking the capital city of Athens. And while this is probably the most expensive one on the list, I found it to be still very affordable for a European capital city. For example, just to rent the apartment is super affordable. We're speaking like 20-25 euro for a city center, and going out eating, as you see right now, is probably a little bit more affordable than in the rest of Europe, but just the cost of living overall and what you can see, this is one of the oldest cities in the world. The food is great, there is a beach nearby as well. Big recommendation.
Hey pretty baby, am I in your way? 'Cause you walked out so fast yesterday, no.
And with that, we're getting to number 6, Poland. So the country experienced a lot of economic growth in the last few years. The infrastructure got a lot better. It's very clean, organized, but yet super affordable. I was surprised of how some places, for example in the city center, a meal runs for like $5 for dumplings, for a great soup. We're speaking like $1 or $2 for a glass of beer. And accommodation, which is usually the main cost factor while traveling, is also moderately low. We're speaking like 25 euro for a nice apartment close to the city center, studio apartment. And here right now you're seeing the food right in the city center. I believe we paid 10 euro for 2 people for 2 main courses. Love it.
And now you know it. Hey little lady said you feel the same, but I don't believe a word you say, 'cause I don't think you're here to stay. No, I don't think you're here.
With that, we're heading over to the other side of the planet, an extremely popular travel destination for many reasons, Bali. On the one side, it's a popular spot for digital nomads, so there's a lot of people from the West actually living there permanently, having their businesses, and for surfing, it's great. You don't have the white sand beaches, but outside of Bali, you can get that as well. Overall, the cultural experience is also really cool, and as the island is completely dependent on tourism, it's very developed and can get more expensive than other places in Southeast Asia, but yet you really can get super affordable accommodation, like a simple room starting at like $10 to $15, private villa starting at like $50. So this is also what Bali is really known for. Moving on in Southeast Asia, Thailand, the country of smiles, beautiful beaches, temples, all of that can be done for like $20 to $30 a day. Especially in the low seasons, the prices really drop. I remember we have been staying at places for like $10, $50, actually private cabanas close to the beach. It wasn't luxurious, but really affordable. I recommend the area of Krabi, which is here right there right now, is Koh Samui. Street food, like for example a pad thai or a curry rice, will run for around $2 to $3, and you can get it absolutely everywhere. The nature is breathtaking, it's very developed, so it's easy to get from one point to another. I would say that pretty much sums up why Thailand is so popular. At number 3, we have Malaysia, and to be specific, Kuala Lumpur, the capital city. It really surprised me. You have beautiful skylines, very impressive modern buildings, but also really interesting cultural sites, temples, and everything has been super affordable. I probably had some of the cheapest sushi in my life. Street food like the nasi lemak, you can get it pretty much everywhere for a few dollars. You have the very modern areas, but also you have like traditional markets and accommodation. Here again, you can either go super affordably, $10, $15, $20, or you can maybe 10.5 or 10 more for like $30. You can get a skyline pool, you can get really so much more for your money, and this is what it's all about, to take your money further. Really cool bars, great nightlife, and overall all of Malaysia, as far as I heard. Also the beaches, very affordable and very much worth visiting. At number 2, we have Philippines, probably on my channel one of the most covered travel destinations, and you see, it's not very busy. There are not that many tourists there. The locals speak English and they love to have people in their country. They're super friendly and hospitable. So for a few pesos, which is the local currency, you can pretty much get around, rent a scooter, enjoy some of the bluest of waters, amazing beaches, pure white sands, and all of that even a little bit cheaper than Thailand. As of right now, for me personally, this is probably my number 1 recommendation in Southeast Asia. My number 1. Probably somewhat the hidden gem of affordable travel destinations. I just recently did a travel series on Ukraine, and what can I say about it? Pretty much the service that you can get there is surprisingly high, while the cost is extremely low. So the economics and the political situation in Ukraine, unfortunately, haven't been that good. So that's very bad for the local people, but good for you if you're coming from outside and you have the tourist dollar, the tourist euro, or whatever currency you're running with, you can get really far. So as you see with the pictures, there are really cool places when it comes to going out, eating out, nightlife, and all of that pretty much, I would say, for a third of the price that you would pay in Europe. And while maybe accommodation is not necessarily cheaper than in Southeast Asia, maybe in some places even a little bit more expensive, what you get, what type of service is usually held to a very high standard. And for you to really understand the situation, if you're just gonna Google the cost of living, the cheapest places, cheapest transportation, usually Ukraine is always gonna be very high or very low depending on what type of ranking we're speaking of. So when it comes, for example, to transportation, the public transportation is probably one of the cheapest, if not the cheapest in the world. We're speaking like 10 cents for a metro, 20 cents maybe for a bus, so super affordable. The taxis as well are gonna run you a few dollars. All of the meals that you're seeing right there are probably somewhere between $3 to $5 or $6, which Lviv is, in my eyes, one of the most affordable, popular tourist cities. Okay, so this has been my top list of the cheapest countries in the world to travel to. If you have been to any place and you found it very affordable, let us know in the comments below. And other than that, if you're new here on the channel, my name is Danny. I've been shooting a travel vlog for almost a year, but on this channel we talk about topics like personal development, how to use travel for your personality to grow further, about travel, health, fitness, and finance, so pretty much about everything. The boat is passing by right now. We are here in Hamburg at the moment. If I'm out of here, you got a world to see.